Hi, I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over here at Fowler Toyota of Norman, Oklahoma, and today I'm featuring a Corolla Hatchback SE grade in the Nightshade edition. I'll be right back.
It's like a new day, it's like a new year, it's like a new life, baby. A Fowler Toyota, Norman, Oklahoma. It's like a new car, it's like a new truck, it's like a new SUV. As for Hammy, a Fowler Toyota, Norman, Oklahoma. As for Hammy, a man you can trust and get you on the road. Fowler Toyota, Norman, Oklahoma. It's like a new day, it's like a new year, it's like a new life, baby.
I'm back. Normally I start right off in the front of the vehicle and go over the equipment in the front. This time I want to show a side profile. This is a very good competitor, which Toyota hasn't been a competitor to the Honda Civic hatchback. This model year, they came out with this new Nightshade edition for both the Corolla sedan and the Corolla hatchback. This Nightshade started off with the Forerunner in the limited edition, and now it's expanding to a bunch of different models and trim packages for the other models of Toyota. I like this one because it's black on black. You can't get anything as black as this with Toyota except for these Nightshade editions. And man, these wheels are just awesome, and so that's why I wanted to come on over here and show you these wheels. Just look at this wheel here. It's got this gloss black wheel with a pretty low profile. It's like a 50 series tire on it. Just really nice and real bold looking for this. Coming over, then you get some ground effects or trim at the bottom just to give it a little more edgy and a little bit more racier look to it. It has some sort of a flake in the paint, so this has got some sort of a black metallic flake. Just really clean lines all around, just like Toyota does with their new TNGA architecture, Toyota new global architecture. SE, they black badged everything. Toyota logo black badge. You don't see that very often. Black badge with the trim model of the vehicle. Black badge with the Corolla. That is pretty awesome. And then you have these really killer tail lights on here that kind of go sideways and back into the hatch here. Just give you some really good effects on that. This is going to have your shark fin, so it's got a GPS, and I'll talk about that stuff later on. I'm going to go ahead and open up this hatch here under here. So this is manual, and then it has a nice privacy cover, so if you ever have anything in there, you can hide that. It's got a fishnet cargo cover in here that holds down stuff for you so stuff doesn't slide around. And then we think we got our tire equipment. It's called Hatchback in there, so I'm not going to go all the way into this here. Coming around to the driver's side, we have where our fuel tank is. Let's go look in the back seats. A little bit dark in here, so I'm not going to go in there. And this camera's kind of not giving this justice. This is more black. It's more like, I would say, a charcoal. And, you know, I'm not big enough really for where the seats are sitting, but this isn't what this is. This is not really a family car. A kid or a small adult be comfortable in here, especially if you got a smaller driver, passenger, the seats could go up further. But we have all our features and stuff we need for them. There's a drop down armrest with cup holders in here. Then you get the turn signal indicators on the edge of the mirrors. That's great for emerging in on the highways. and then let's go up to the TGNA stuff where again, when all you get into TNGA, you're going to get into these headlights that are real aggressive looking. Kind of this gives you that kind of angry look with his bold grill, with his honeycomb grill. Down here is a radar system for smart stop. This will slow you down by 30 miles an hour if it feels you're going to hit another vehicle, up to speeds of 110 miles an hour. It sees pedestrians in the road, it sees cyclists, and will do the same thing up to 50 miles an hour. And then above us here, we have a camera system and a radar system. That camera is for seeing lines in the road and for lane departure with steer assist, and then you have a radar system for adaptive or radar pacing cruise control. All available in this package, and with discounts and rebates when they start getting going during the year. You'll probably find this vehicle in the low 20s, so this is quite a value for your money. So you got a young driver that's looking for something sporty but doesn't have $40,000 to spend. This is what we have. This is such a great vehicle, and they also make this in the 4-door sedan model too with this new Nightshade. I'm going to take a look in the back seat with the door open to get some of that light in there. It's still, enough room for when necessary for 4 adults. I wouldn't say 4 big adults, not adult my size at 6'2", but if you're under 6 foot, say 5'8", 5'10", 5'7", 5'6", this will fit people comfortably back in here, as long as the seats are up just a little bit. You got pockets for holding stuff in each thing, and then you got cup holders in the door, and there's cup holders in the fold down armrests also. Historically, Toyota has not done proximity or smart key on a Corolla until you get to the highest trim level, which is known as an XSE or XLE. XSE is the sports edition, and XLE is more of the luxury edition. They're kind of one's for the young crowd, and one's kind of more for the older crowd. This has this proximity key here. This never has to come out of a pocket or purse. You come up to the door, just put your hand on the door, and you just unlocked it, pull on the door. Without even taking my key out of my pocket, down below here is 2 notches. I can put my thumb or any finger on there, and I just lock that door. So just that simple, and you unlock and lock your door, and then I'll get inside and talk about the inside. I'll be right back. And I'm back inside. I'm going to go over and show you the push start. Push start's right here. That simple. And let me turn the air down a little so it doesn't blow into the microphone. So a nice attractive gauge cluster is on here. To the left is a small tachometer, has our fuel or our temperature gauge and our fuel gauge and our speedometer. For our friends up in Canada, it also has kilometers per hour. And then we have a smaller screen. I'm going to try to zoom in on this. This is our driver's information center, and it's giving me information right now. It knows those 2 doors are open. I'm bringing in light for the camera. And then this is on our lane departure with steer assist and also our adaptive cruise control. So I'm going to get back in there, turn on that adaptive cruise control, and then I got to get back into there. So 3 bars is 3 seconds, 2.5, and 2 seconds. And then I'm going to go to some of the other screens here. Keeps want to fight me because it knows that thing's up. And we have our eco, so this is going to give me information about speed and digital miles per hour, fuel to empty. Our average fuel range only has 7 miles on it, so it doesn't have an average fuel on it. Our eco indicator, and I forgot to mention, this thing gets up to 41 miles a gallon, and it is a gas vehicle. This is not a hybrid vehicle. So 41 miles a gallon for a young person, especially if you're in a state that has expensive gas prices like California, that's pretty cool. So then we get back over to our lane departure and adaptive cruise control. Then we have our trip monitor here that shows our driving amount of time and distance and all that. Then we have all our safety equipment. This has our lane departure alert. This has our pre-collision. We have our that reads the speed limits and stop signs as we go by. It's not the full setup, so it's not the Safety Sense P. It's like the base one, and then no messages. So these messages here, if there's something wrong with this vehicle, it's going to tell you what's wrong with this vehicle, and that will become your only screen, like what it's trying to do now. It keeps on going back to this doors that are open. On the steering wheel, just like any new Toyota, almost all your controls are at a fingertip here. On this side, we have our cruise control. There's our adaptive pacing cruise control, our lane departure. Below here is modes for the radio and that stuff. And then this is the toggle that controls that small screen I've been working. Picking up my phone, back here, just like a cell phone, the volume, voice command, using that for when you're calling your phone, especially with like Siri. This is Apple CarPlay, Android Auto capable. And down below here, there is an auto dimming high beam, so that's part of that Toyota Safety Sense package. And then we have a very sizable screen for such a small car. This is an 8.1 inch monitor that has a bunch of features in it. So this supports Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We have audio sources in here. So we have our Sirius XM, AM, FM, Bluetooth, USB, and any music you want to bring in from your phone is all available through here. And you have it set up and everything else in here too. The apps that are in here. And so that's all part of this. The communication with the vehicle. Coming up to the top, we have our reading lights or dome lights. And then we have another button here. This has this is for emergency services. This is called SOS. It's similar to OnStar. So you have, if you're in an emergency, you push that button, they'll be getting a hold of you, asking if you need any help. If you're in an accident where airbags deployed, they'll be calling you, asking if you need help, and know where you're at by GPS coordinates, and also how fast you're going when the accident happened. Also, it has other stuff like tech support for the car, getting directions, roadside assistance, and stolen vehicle locator, all available through this car. Should have vanity mirrors with lights. Yes, we do. Pretty nice stuff here. And then they're not giving you cheaper all hard plastic. This is all soft. I mean, I'm telling you, not too long ago, you got into a Corolla and all this up here was hard plastic. Even the door panels here are softer materials now. So they're putting soft touch materials in there. They're doing this stitching on here. You have this gloss black, and you have some like different finishes on the with the gear control. We got like leather wrap steering wheel, and then you have also sequential shifting, so you can put an S mode and shift it from here. Also, we have paddle shifters back here. That's up in here and back in here, so we could paddle shift this thing. And also features that weren't in anything except for the higher trim packages too. We have parking, power parking brake, and brake hold are all available on this vehicle. I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over here at Fowler Toyota, Norman, Oklahoma. You have a lot of places you can find me. First place is my website, Oklahoma's Car and Truck Buyers Club, okctbuyer.com. Also, you can find me on my Facebook group, Car-Truck Buyers Club, and more. My regular Facebook is Michael Hamilton. Instagram is Mike Hamilton. Instagram is Hammy1TV. LinkedIn is Mike Hamilton. Hammy1TV is also my YouTube channel. This is such a great value line vehicle. Nice starter vehicle for a young person getting out of college or getting out of high school. A nice safe vehicle. It's got lots of airbags, really good for rollover, has lots of safety, and then it's really light on the budget. It's just going to be a car in the low 20s. It will fit most people's budget, and a car that's just absolutely bulletproof. Doesn't have issues with breaking down or things like that, with long times of going this without nothing but an oil change, and then your occasional doing your tires and brakes. You could run this car for 300,000 miles if you just change its oil, and probably never see anything major ever go wrong with this car. And now it's got the styling that Toyota's been missing, especially with the younger crowd here. So this is a great car and a great option in both this hatchback style and then the regular sedan style. Again, you can find me again at all these places. Thank you for watching this video. You folks have a great day.